On social media platforms today, quality content often goes unnoticed. On Den, users get paid for the creation, evaluation, and curation of quality content. Content creators are rewarded based upon the engagement and reach of their post or comment. Content evaluators are rewarded based upon the speed and results of their predictions about which content will trend or go viral. Community owners are rewarded based on engagement within their community. On Den, quality content pays. Roles of a denizen. A content creator is a user that creates posts and is rewarded based on the quality of their content. A content evaluator is a user that helps assess the quality of content and enforces community standards. The evaluator is effectively taking part in a marketplace to curate content and is rewarded for early evaluation. A content consumer is a user that wishes to find and consume the most valuable content in a given subject area or within a community. A lair owner is a person holding tokenized ownership of all or part of a community lair. Owners are rewarded with a portion of all mining activity happening within their lair. Owners are incentivized to build the best community of content creators and evaluators.
Hello, and welcome. This is the DENDAO meeting for August 14th, 2025. It's been a while since your emperor, I am, aka William, has conducted these meetings, and I have a sincere apology for that. And we'll just explain my absence here in a few. Let's set the correct setting here for the meeting. There we go. This is a meeting. This is not a podcast or a video or a show or anything of that nature. This is a meeting for the Den.Social platform. It's managed, run by a DENDAO, which a DAO is a decentralized autonomous organization. I happen to have been elected as the DENDAO leader. That leadership title was voted in to be emperor, so therefore I am the emperor of the DENDAO. Hence the title, hence the name, and all that good stuff. And for those of you who are not familiar with Den.Social, it's a social media application, or shall I say, at this present time, a website. It's not on any app on the Google or Apple download at this time. But it can be accessed, obviously, at just the URL at Den.Social. And what it is, it's a social media platform that is designed to be incentivize human behavior. So quality postings, truth postings are voted up, and fake news, bad postings are voted down. And if you vote correctly, it is kind of a poly market on each posting, where you can then be rewarded with energy. And that energy translates into matter. Matter is an ERC20 token that can be transferred into your wallet and then traded on Uniswap. Now, having said that, there has been an issue with that process, and we'll explain that here in just a few. But anyway, welcome to the DENDAO meeting today. If you go to Den.Social and go to the layer DENDAO, you'll see this posting where it has right here, it tells you it's the DENDAO meeting, August 14th, 2025. The DENDAO, this is live, and I will refresh if you have any questions or comments that you would like me to address during the meeting when we go into the AMA. Today's agenda, scroll down. Oh, by the way, you are more than welcome to join this meeting. I'll bring you up live, and cameras are optional. If you go to the posting in the DENDAO, there's a link here, join the meeting by clicking right here. It says join the meeting by clicking the link below. Camera is optional. And here's your StreamYard link. And today's agenda, we're going to talk about current open governance votes, my absence from DIN over the last month and a half, 2 months, and open DIN support issues, as well as the rebranding of Den.Social to DePlatform, a little bit of an update there, and then the open forum items to be discussed from community replies. So there we have it. Let's go into the open items. See if I can find that there. I just opened this up earlier. The last votes were basically World Blockchain Roundtable votes, which had to do with the themes that were to be selected for the month of July and also for the month of August. Those have been resolved and voted upon. That show is ongoing. And by the way, the World Blockchain Roundtable is the first and longest running podcast in the world that is managed by a DAO. And that DAO is right here on Den.Social, which shows that a DAO can work, it can function, it can work well. And today they completed the episode 221. That's 221 weeks of this podcast ran by a DAO. And that's the power of Den.Social. You need to tell some people, tell your friends, family about this. It's amazing. So those were the governance votes. There were no other governance votes during my absence. And let's move on back to our items on the agenda. My absence from DIN. Okay. Two, shall we say, one was certainly a life-changing event, and the other one was health-related with family members. And those took up all my time, focus, and energy, as well as, to be quite honest and blunt, I needed to step away from social media as a whole. And the event that I'm referring to was I had an unsettling knock at my door. It were government officials from the FBI who had been following my content that I've been posting that was, shall we say, not favorable to the authorities in my viewpoints regarding the government. And it was more of a temperature check or a knock and talk. I have family members that work for the government. I have family members that are officers in the military. I have family members that are retired military. I have family members who have security clearances. And my actions, my conversations in the past, I guess supposedly warranted them to check on my, shall I say, well, there was a lot of innuendos that were spoken at my doorstep to me about, was I being subversive? Was I using cryptocurrency to pay subversives that would be compromising the US government? And as this hit me, I felt a need to step back from social media because I was the soft target. I did not want to affect or create a problem for any family members who I might interact with as if I were the poisoned one, shall we say, or the tainted one, the one with the virus, if you will, who was had derogatory remarks about the government or taxation, et cetera, et cetera. And I felt that it was in the best interest of my family to withdraw from social media. And I'm not going to go much more into it, but yeah, that's essentially what took place. And which brings us to the point of Den.Social, because Den.Social is moving to becoming a completely decentralized platform, eventually completely open source, as well as rebranded to DePlatform to give those people, such as myself, a voice, maybe an anonymous voice, for individuals who might be critical of their government or their government's corruption or their government's actions in respect to war, genocide, whatever. And so therefore, I might be an example as to why DePlatform is necessary. Which also brings up the next question, and I'm still wrestling with this one, is how active will I be? How vocal will I be from this day forward? Because for me, it's like a way to try to shut me up so that I don't create harm for family members who rely on government for their paycheck in maybe sensitive areas. So, and I live in a military city where there are military bases and not just one, and therefore maybe that's another reason why I was questioned as to what my intentions were. They knew that I had been speaking 2 years ago to people in Moscow, in Kiev, in Hong Kong, Argentina, India, other places around the world, and were, well, let's just say that I was put on some kind of list. Anyway, that, and I apologize. I hope you will forgive my absence. I also, like I said, also had family members who were ill and are still ill, and also family members who had moved out of state that I need to help, or the family needed to help them. So I hope to continue these DENDAO meetings. I hope to begin posting, but more importantly, I hope to help grow this thing and grow the value of matter to create more attention to Den.Social and its capabilities. All right. That, I hope, will cover number 2 on our agenda. Number 3, which is open DIN support issues. Okay. The DIN support issue at hand is a big one. And this is posted on August 13th, yesterday, MTR payout problem. And this has been ongoing without answers yet. And what's going on? I haven't received my payments. And people are concerned, and rightfully so. It's a long time. There was a posting on August 10th is regarding this individual who had locked their address in the process of withdrawals. And there was a response to this individual says, we have the team unlock. We'll have the team unlock them. Be sure to check gas prices prior to sending so you don't have to cancel the transaction. Ethereum said, well, if we go by your story, you just try to withdraw from the transfers aren't working, so it got stuck in the middle, and if so, the situation will regularize itself and finalize the transfer. That has to do with transfers, but that does not, these issues don't have to do with MTR payments, payouts. What are the issues and why are they happening? There was a posting that was on July 29th from support that says MTR payouts. Apologize that the MTR payments have not been processed. The dev team has been notified, and as long time denizens know once the issue is resolved, the payouts will retroactively be distributed. And that is true. That has happened more than once, because there is a process that is not automated, and it's not automated to protect the generation of new or minting of new MTR Matter tokens. That process is not automated, and one of the reasons is they do it or try to do it in a bulk process, and it's manual. It's a multi-sig wallet to try to reduce the cost or the fees, which are Ethereum. And if all of you know, Ethereum was spiking in price. The cost of fees for generating or minting the tokens on the Ethereum network, it gets expensive over and over and over. So they try to do them in a large cluster and not so frequently or weekly or daily, because they're trying to consolidate it to reduce the fees. That minting process, from what I've gathered and what I've researched this morning, has not been happening. Let me show you this. When you go to Etherscan, which shows all the transactions for the contract, which currently the max total supply of Matter right now, by the way, just recently cleared 2 million tokens. And if you look at the tab, it's called transfers, and you scroll down to, well, I'm on page 7 of this listing. There's these right here shows you the method. What happened? Was it a transfer? Like, was it going to Uniswap or out of Uniswap, back and forth from the contract to Uniswap, et cetera, to a wallet? But there's some of these that are called mint. See this right here? I hope you see this highlighted right here. It says mint. And this happened 33 days ago. And 7,000 tokens were minted, or 1 week's worth of MTR tokens. Remember, the smart contract generates, or is to generate, 1,000 MTR tokens every day. We as denizens compete by voting up, voting down, posting quality or non-quality, or tagging, incorrectly tagging. We compete to earn Matter tokens. And there's only 1,000 that are Matter that are generated every day. Well, to the best of my knowledge, when I searched through this and saw the Matter tokens, and I apologize, I haven't been here to see, that Matter was not being minted. It was the first thought I thought of when we weren't seeing our payouts. So when you go to Etherscan, and all you do is you plug in the contract, or you can even search right here, Matter tokens, and you look for this contract ending in 7CF7. You can copy that, and it's also on the website. You can see that you can scroll and see when was the last time it was minted. And the last time it was minted was only for 7,000 tokens, and that was, like I said, 33 days ago, right here, 33 days ago. So, which is about right. I show the last payout was on July 16th or July 15th, and which was more than 40 days ago, more than 33 days ago, or is 33 days ago. So the mint next, if I come over here where it says page 7 of 168, if I go to the next page, you can scroll down. Here's another mint for 7,000 tokens. Scroll down, and we'll find another mint right here for 7,000 tokens. But those, that was 47 days ago. But between now and 33 days ago, no more new tokens have been minted, unfortunately. Therefore, payouts haven't happened. Please be patient. This has happened before, and retroactively, you will see a giant payout, kind of a lump sum of your payouts. Your payment list will be relisted and presented. So this is what the issue is, from what I gather. I will bring this up with Joe. Actually, I've already brought this up with Joe directly, and the team will work to get this resolved. and everyone's matter that they have rightfully earned will be paid out. Now, freeze right there, stop and listen and pay very close attention. We are in this situation where we have not grown the site. We have not created more buzz. We have not created enough new people to join the platform, generate a surge in the value of matter, generate buzz in the application, the program, generate new revenue streams for the program so that these things could be addressed quickly. Maybe a part-time or permanent dev could be hired because there are no funding for that. And I take responsibility for that. And you as denizens need to take responsibility for that. It is up to all of us to grow this platform. It is up to all of us to make sure that this thing becomes successful. It is up to all of us for Den.Social to meet its potential, because its potential, and I've talked about this before, is phenomenal. It's impressive what it can do and what it has been doing with no funding. Joe and others have reached into their own personal pockets to fund and feed this during a time when the SEC was draining funds from Dragonchain in its bullshit case, which was dropped with prejudice, meaning they said, we're sorry, but the damage was done. Whatever Dragonchain was worth in the billions went to practically zero. Why? Because the government took it, wanted to shut it down, bring it down. It was picked as an enemy, and it was falsely accused, and that's why they dropped the case, and that's why Dragonchain became triumphant in the end. But it drained all the money out of it. And for those of you who might not know, Den.Social was built upon Dragonchain. So all of us that are belly aching, bitching and moaning about why they haven't got their matter, well, you know what? You need to look at yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, how many new people have you brought to Den? How many new people have you talked about Den.Social about? And I'm included in that. I am only one person. I don't have a large, shall we say, following, and I haven't done my job. I haven't done enough to, like I said, to bring some people maybe from India or other people from China in here, or where I was going after large population pools, shall we say. Some of you have done your work. Some of you have brought in friends and family, and they're still here today. Some of you have taken the time out of your busy schedules to post frequently on this platform. And to you, I'm eternally grateful. Thank you. You've done your role, and you need to reach back and pat yourself on the back. Thank you. Otherwise, we'd be even in worse shape than we are. Having said all that, Den.Social's potential and where it can be and should be has not been erased, has not been stopped, has not ended. It is up to us, all of us, to spread the word on what this platform is and capable of being and doing. So rest assured, the matter minting process will take place. People will be properly paid out their earnings in matter. And let's see, I've got a message here. Let's see. By the way, Joe sends his apologies for not being able to make today's meeting. But the message has been sent to the devs, and there just hasn't been enough time and resources to take care of this issue. It is known, but either way, it says there wasn't enough ETH balance to mint or something with the library connecting to the ETH chain. But we'll get there. We'll get it, the resources to make sure that the minting takes place and the payouts happen. So that is explaining to you what has taken place. And for those of you, after the meetings here, I will post in the DIN support that this issue will be addressed, and people can be rest assured that they will receive their matter. Next item of business in our DENDAO meeting. Let's bring that up. Did it again, didn't I? Let's just do this right. Okay. So we've talked about my absence. We talked about the open DIN support issues. And now let's touch base on DePlatform, the Den.Social rebranding to DePlatform. Now, I'll be quite honest with you. I have not been able to do much here in this to help this along. I know Joe Road has been in the long-awaited, long-anticipated, and congratulations for the successful launch of Dracaria, as well as his involvement in other projects. Dragonchain coming off of its SEC shackles. So a lot has been going on that has taken time and energy away from all of us towards those things, that has pushed the DePlatform rebranding to the back burner. Example is the minting of new matter for payouts. So let's hope that this will change, and we can start seeing some progress in this way. And but I need all of you to do your part too. You need to invite new people to Den.Social. You need to have them post in the introduce yourself layer. When you see someone post in the introduce yourself layer, show them some love, show them that they're welcomed here, and encourage them to keep posting and staying active. And let's grow this thing. The world needs it. And the Super Happy Dragon Lucky that's posted every morning on Thursday mornings, which is 9 a.m. Central Time, US, is where you also can find and learn more about updates. All right, let's go into the open forum replies. I'm going to refresh and see if anybody has posted anything. And we have GPS Crypto. Ooh, Emperor, it's been a long time. What happened to our platform? And I think this person's talking about what happened to our platform in that the payouts haven't happened for, 33 days now, 30 days. So I think I've addressed that. And now, that is the only comment. So that is what we had for our meeting today. And special thank you to Time Hoarder, who mentioned on July 28th, hope everything is okay and you're in good health, William. Thank you very much, Time Hoarder. I appreciate that. So that concludes our DENDAO meeting. I'm going to try to get with Joe and find out when is a good time for him to join the meeting. So we might change next week meeting schedule to a different time that can work for both of us. And if you have requests on as far as a time for the meeting so you can join us frequently, regularly, or every once in a while, please post it right here at the DENDAO posting. What time would work well for you if you'd like to join our meeting? So I believe that is it. That concludes our meeting for today. There was nobody who had joined. And I believe that is it. So it finishes the meeting. We will we'll go ahead and end it with the flames. All right. Take care.